Hello. Have you ever thought that by giving up certain things, your life can be better off? You can start creating better results, outcomes, and experiences. You can be happier than what you are right now. Yes, it's actually true. When we use the term give up, we are also saying to ourselves that these practices, these behaviors have become so much part of our life that we fail to realize what are the consequences they are creating for us. And as you start becoming aware of these behaviors, these patterns, and also start becoming aware of the probable consequences they have, that's what may encourage you to start making change. And as you start making that change slowly and steadily, you will notice your life becomes so much more enriched. Let us look at what are those things that you can give up. The first one is your need to always be right. Whether it is in personal space or professional space, whether it is one-to-one conversation or it is in a group of people, if you have a tendency to always be right, it only means that you are not so much willing to listen to others. You always want to be right. Your word needs to be the last word. You are not open to ideas. And tell me this, what is the probable consequences of these behaviors, not listening to others, not being open to ideas? Obviously, the consequence is that you are not working on developing great interpersonal relations. You are not demonstrating leadership capabilities. And is that so much good for your career growth? Obviously not. So when you start listening to others, when you start becoming open to ideas, when you start accepting that others can also be right, perhaps then you may actually start taking better decisions, leading to better actions, consequences, and outcomes. The second one is your tendency to blame. Now, this is something which is very common with us, that we face setbacks, we make mistakes. But in those situations, there are two types of behaviors that can be demonstrated. One is, which is perhaps the easier one, is to blame others. Fix the blame on someone, find someone as a scapegoat, and just pass the buck. But the second, which is much more empowering, is that you take ownership, you take responsibility, and ask yourself, what is it that you have contributed to that mistake? What is it that you have contributed to the situation that has come in front of you? That's when you will be able to take corrective actions. Otherwise, you will never be able to own up things. And that's again not a great leadership quality to demonstrate. The third one is your self-defeating self-talk. You will agree with me when I say that we do make mistakes, as I said in the previous point also. But whenever those mistakes happen, another behavior that gets demonstrated by people, that we start criticizing ourselves a lot, we start whipping ourselves a lot. And that demoralizes us, that takes away all the confidence that we have built up over a period of time and stalls our journey ahead, comes in the way of taking further decisions and actions. And obviously, when that kind of situation is created, you are not making enough attempt to move ahead in your life. So ask yourself, what is the kind of self-talk that you have and what is the shift that you can make? Rather than whipping yourself, can you start acknowledging what has happened? Can you start saying those words that, okay, I have made a mistake. Let me learn the lesson and see how can I implement new learning and start moving ahead once again. The next point is your limiting beliefs. All of us have beliefs about anything and everything in our life. And those beliefs can be limiting or they can be empowering. Whenever beliefs are empowering, we continue to take decisions and actions which continue to help us to move ahead in our life. But when those beliefs are limiting, we are either not taking decisions or we are taking half-hearted decisions. And ask yourself, whenever you are taking a half-hearted decision, what kind of results do you think you'll be able to create? Obviously, they'll not meet your expectations, your desire. That is why if you have any limiting beliefs, and typically, how does a limiting belief sound? One of the easiest way to express that is, I can't do this. I can't speak in public. I cannot do sales, and so on and so forth. The moment that is a belief, your actions will get limited. Now, all these limiting beliefs can be converted into empowering beliefs. However, it takes a lot of effort. The simple reason is our beliefs are formed quite early in our childhood, and it takes its own effort to shift them to empowering beliefs. You will have to ask yourself, how much are you ready to commit yourself to bring about that change? The next point is your need to impress others. Have you come across people whom you find they always are in an attempt to impress others? And why would anyone impress others? The simple reason is we tend to impress others because when we are able to do that, when we are able to accomplish that, there is a kind of security that we feel in ourselves. There's a kind of approval that we get from them, and that is what we are looking for. However, when you continue to do this, obviously your individual identity is lost over a period of time. You start living the behavior that others want you to demonstrate. And where are you left in that process? So instead of impressing others, start being yourself. Start being authentic. Obviously, it may also happen that certain behaviors are not very functional right now. The point is, they all can be changed. Make that attempt to change those behaviors which may not be very functional. At the same time, start being yourself, start being authentic. That is much more acceptable in the long run, and you will also feel good about yourself. The last point is your resistance to change. This is one big blow that many of us tend to give to ourselves when we demonstrate that we are not willing to change. We are actually saying to ourselves, I want to continue to live in the past when the whole world is in a process of evolution. When the whole world is changing, we are saying, I am not a person who wants to live in the present moment. And you will agree with me when I say that there are many parts of our behavior that needs a change. Be it communication, be it your punctuality, be it your commitment to work, be it the quality of work that you do in a team, and so on. Many of these things may need an upgradation, and that upgradation will happen only when you are willing to change. It's only when you are willing to change that you'll be able to receive feedback from others. Otherwise, the same feedback can be treated by you as criticism and you discount it straight away. That is not going to help you or the entire work or entire context that you are living in. So start opening up to the possibilities of change. Start inquiring from yourself as to what is it that you can make better in yourself so that you are more functional, so that you demonstrate more leadership capabilities, so that you demonstrate that you are ready to take up higher challenges, higher responsibilities. That is when you will be able to contribute to your best. That is when you will be able to create the results that you want. So ask yourself at the end of this video that I'm questioning you, ask yourself, what is it that you would like to give up? And ask yourself another important question, what will it change in your life? I'm sure that you'll be able to create much better results and outcomes. You'll be able to influence the quality of your life in a very positive way if you are able to give up on some of these things that I've shared with you. I'll meet you in my next video. Wish you all the best. Stay safe. Stay